today's video. I'm really exhausted today. In today's video and today's live show, I'm going to be discussing something very important, and that is how Nigerian government can leverage on medical tourism in this country. It's no longer news that in this same Nigeria, we have a lot of doctors who are world class. Many of our doctors go out of the country to other countries to work because of the frustration that is posed in this country to medical practitioners in order for them to be able to practice. And when they go to these countries, they excel because you see the fortitude, the mental fortitude of somebody who has trained in Africa, in Nigeria specifically, is something that is top notch. We have very, very smart people who are carefully selected to be in the medical profession. So we have people that this country can leverage on. All that the country needs to do is put certain things in place. Now, you see, the countries that people run to, including our leaders, especially our leaders, because we, the regular people, we don't have the funds to go to those countries for healthcare, especially our leaders. Those countries they go to go and have healthcare. They have put everything in place, for doctors to work, good diagnostic facilities for doctors to use and support their clinical work. So when you go there, it seems as if they are working magic. No, they're not. They just invested in healthcare. And because of that, we are seeing other countries, smaller countries, Turkey, South Korea, and some other countries that are really, really big on medical tourism. And that forms the bulk, a big bulk of their economy. So why can't Nigeria also leverage on that? We have a good young population of people who are doctors. All the government needs to do is put certain things in place, which I'm going to discuss in this video. And these things, even though we are a low resource country, these things will help to attract the much needed foreign investors and also attract people who are going to be patients from other countries to this country for healthcare. Other countries, you will notice that there is a lengthy waiting list for almost everything, be it fertility, be it skin care, be it plastic surgery procedures. They are waiting sometimes for 1.5 years to have things like knee replacement done. Now, if Nigeria as a country were to develop its healthcare to a point where we can deliver within international standards, you will see a lot of people will bring their money and pay and have that healthcare in Nigeria. I mean, so like a country like the United Kingdom is just about 6 hours from Nigeria, one flight. They come, they have their procedure done, they go. That takes away a lot of the waiting period, waiting endlessly on the waiting list to have procedures done. But the Nigerian government has not woken up to its responsibilities yet. I'm not sure who is going to help them to wake up, but that's what I'm going to be addressing in this video. I have made some notes here, so if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes because I don't want to leave out anything. I just have 5 points to make in this video today, so it's going to be a very, very short live show. And these 5 points should help anybody who can share it to whoever has ears that can hear and actually get things done. It's not enough for them to just fly their private jets and leave the country and go and have their healthcare while the rest of us are in Nigeria languishing. You must understand that if healthcare develops to a point where we can attract people from other countries, it means that even we, the citizens, are going to benefit a lot from the improved healthcare. So what are the methods, what are the tips, what are the small, small things that can be done by the government to make sure that we can make our healthcare global standard? The first thing, like I said, I'm referring to my notes now, is for us to invest in high quality specialized services and medical infrastructure. Now, for instance, things like fertility is one of the big areas that we notice people are already coming from outside Nigeria, although they're mostly Nigerians coming from outside Nigeria to have their fertility procedures done. And by fertility procedures, I'm talking about things like in vitro fertilization. I'm talking about things like surrogacy and the works. They're coming from outside the country to have their procedures done, and they're having excellent results. So what the government can do is to invest in these kinds of facilities, centers of excellence, equip it to the T, train medical personnel, You can send some people out to get additional trainings and additional fellowships so that they can not just come back to work, but also adapt our local resources to make sure that we can capture what is available on ground to give us the kind of result that we are looking for. So things like plastic surgery, do we have specialized services, specialized centers? You know, you imagine having about 5 or 6 hospitals well equipped where any kind of plastic surgery procedure can be done. Remember, plastic surgery is not just about Brazilian butts, it's about a lot of other things: hand surgery, reconstructive surgery, so many other things can be done in plastic surgery. Imagine having state of the art, about 5 or 6 or 10 state of the art hospitals where state of the art procedures in orthopedic surgery can be done. People who are waiting for 5 years to have a knee replacement in other countries can fly in, have their knee replacement done, have expert physiotherapy services, and fly back, you know, at a cheaper rate than they would have privately done in their various countries. First world countries, medical care is notoriously expensive. Medical care for the average Nigerian is expensive in Nigeria for us because we don't have the money. But for people who are bringing in foreign exchange, it's a lot cheaper. So this is something that the government can actually key into. Orthopedic services, oncology, skin cancer. We don't really have so much of, we don't have the burden of skin cancer that the Western world has. We have doctors, we have people, boots on the ground, people who can carry out these procedures and reconstruction perfectly. We invest in histology services where they can do a proper histology to diagnose what the margins are like, has the cancer been completely removed or not. These are things that the government can look into. Cardiac care, orthopedic surgery, I've mentioned already, so many things. They can come in, have their care, and go back instead of sitting on the waiting list endlessly. This is something the government should leverage on. You always want to look at what other people are doing, the problems others are having, and bring a solution to those problems. And that's how you get paid. That's how you earn money. So these medical facilities should ensure that they meet international accreditation standards for healthcare delivery. Things like having JCI and ISO accreditation. This will help to give more confidence to the people who are outside the country who are interested in having these procedures and these services in Nigeria. So if you have a global accreditation for healthcare delivery from a particular institution in Nigeria, you are more likely to accept it rather than just coming in to find any kind of hospital to just go and have healthcare. So this will attract a lot of foreign people. They are coming in with their foreign exchange, and that's money for the government. So the government shouldn't just sit down and wait for crude oil to run out. Almost every nation that matters on earth is leveraging on medical tourism to make a lot of money. Like I said, I have my notes here. So please, if you're still watching, click that thumbs up button, like this video. It will help to get this video to a lot more people. Please click that thumbs up button for me. And also click that red subscribe button and subscribe to this my channel so that I can get notified anytime I go live or anytime I post new content. So another method is to incentivize private-public partnerships. Now we know that medical care, healthcare, to set up a facility is expensive. A lot of money goes in. You have to buy equipment, you have to build the building itself, you need the accreditation, it's not free, and you need to train staff, employ staff, pay staff. And in Nigeria, power supply is erratic, so you need to also spend an additional money to get power supply. So in these areas, it makes it a bit expensive. The government can give a helping hand to the private sector in order to set up these facilities that I've talked about in point one. Government can give a helping hand by investing in private sector. So it's like a public-private partnership between the government and between the private facilities. And a way that they can do this is we already have existing teaching hospitals everywhere in the country. Why not go in, get a piece of land within the hospital premises and build something, a center of excellence, either for plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, orthopedic surgery, diagnostic facilities, skin cancer care, Just build things like that in several teaching hospitals. We already have a teaching hospital. We already have the staff strength in the teaching hospital. These doctors can be also given incentives to work in those private facilities. This will be an easy way of getting this started. Now, with time, the government can build standalone facilities that can attract people from outside the country. But for now, just up the healthcare available, train the staff in the teaching hospitals that are already available, build some nice structures, renovate a lot of things, get clean, nice toilets, get people to clean everywhere, clean, nice, lovely rooms, air conditioned, and get the staff trained, not just in their craft or in their science or whatever, but they need to also learn customer service, because that's one thing that is lacking in our institution: customer service, the ability to show empathy and the ability to hold the patient's hand through their whole medical journey. That really will go a long way to bring in the much needed patronage to those facilities. Then another thing to do is to streamline medical tourism visa packages. So the government can put in place a medical visa. So this visa is for people who are coming into the country to have health care, just specifically healthcare, you know. So you partner with hotels, airlines, and all of that to bring in people who will utilize these facilities that we have already built and kept. So get the visa so that it's easy, because I was surprised to see that Nigerian visas are one of the most difficult visas to get in the world. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me anywhere, but somebody was saying it. People were complaining about it. But to get a visa in Nigeria, thank you so much for joining my live. Mhm. So to get a visa in Nigeria is very difficult. So why not create a separate visa, medical visa, for people to come in? That alone will even inform people that, look, something is happening in the healthcare sector. I'm very, very I'm looking forward to the day that the Nigerian medical sector will do what is happening in the entertainment industry. Entertainment industry in Nigeria is global. People, you go to high streets in high streets in the UK. You go to big shops, and you're hearing Nigerian music playing in the background. It's always such a heartwarming experience. You hear it playing, people are singing it. You walk into a hospital, and you're working in a hospital, and your colleagues who are not Nigerians are singing Nigerian music. And it's always a heartwarming experience, because we have really, really been a success in the musical industry. And Nollywood is also getting there, making big strides and getting global recognition. So we need to move our healthcare industry, or whatever, however you want, healthcare sector, in that direction as well, so that we can also get notoriety and people can trust us enough to come from wherever in the world to have their healthcare in Nigeria, because it's a lot cheaper. We have excellent doctors already. All that the government needs to do is to give an extra helping hand. Now, the next thing to do is to develop a global marketing campaign. Please, like I said, thumbs up this video, share it to whoever needs to hear about it. A global marketing campaign. Now, when countries want to demarket other countries, they go into a campaign and they keep spreading stories about you. They put it on their visa, on their websites, and talk about how things are not going well in your country, how people should be aware, their citizens should be aware when they are going there that they're not safe, and all of that. They go on social media, they say certain things about you. They only share the things that will put that nation in bad light. It happens a lot with African countries, and our our leaders are not doing us any favors at all in that regard, because they just buy into the narratives and they keep promoting that narrative at our expense. So the way the Nigerian government can go forward, if you want to start medical tourism as a thing, which is what a lot of countries are using to earn big money, is to start a global marketing campaign. Show that your country is safe. Show that your people are warm. Show that there are so many things that not just are they coming for healthcare, they are coming to see the scenery, they're coming to see the beautiful sights, the green, the warmth, the warmth of the people, the warmth of the environment. Because I tell you, there's really no place like Africa on this our earth. And I kid you not, I'm not just saying it because I'm a Nigerian, but there is no place like Nigeria on earth. So that should be something that we project. We should stop projecting kidnapping and all kinds of nonsense about the country. We should project the hardworking people, the cheap entertainment that you're going to get, the cheap, high quality service that you're going to get from the healthcare facilities, which I believe the government at this point in time, following point one, point two, point three that I've already discussed, they have put it in place already. So social media is a tool that you can use to bridge all those gaps. Get young people to leverage to post. I mean, you see a song that trended 20 years ago. People have forgotten about the song, and then social media brings it back again and is all of a sudden blowing up in our faces. The young people of this generation, they hold the future, and incorporate them into laundering the image and improving the pride that people have in this country. So when you do that, you use your diaspora network. You have a lot of Nigerians who are in the diaspora. They're doing amazing jobs, and they are giving this country a very, very positive image already. So we are winning on that regard, or in that regard, we are winning already. Inform people about how affordable the healthcare is in Nigeria and how easy it is to just come in, have your healthcare done, come in, have your scan. You don't have to wait on the waiting list for 3 months to have an ultrasound scan. You just walk in and get the scan done. There's a lot of private facilities where you have high quality scan, high quality results, So this is the kind of information that we need to put out there if you're marketing a medical sector in the country, because when you have positioned yourself for medical tourism, that is something we need to look into and target neighboring countries. We can key into copying what other people are doing, but adapt it and make it feasible in our environment, make it something that we people are ready to accept in this environment. So my last point now, so that this video doesn't get too long, it's going to be a very short live because I need to do another live on my other channel about health and wellness. The last one is to retain and incentivize healthcare workers. I cannot say this enough. On this my channel, I have a video that talks about why Nigerian doctors are leaving the country. I think one of these days we'll have to do a live show, and if I can get some people to collaborate so that we can talk about why Nigerian doctors are leaving this country, it will be it will be a very nice experience. But for now, there is a video on this my channel already about why Nigerian doctors are leaving the country in numbers that they are leaving now. So the government needs to, instead of looking for how to threaten people to stay back, you need to incentivize. You need to make it appealing for the people to stay back in the country. And when they stay back, you have a lot of manpower, because if you're going to position yourself as a country where medical tourism is a thing, you need to have the manpower on ground. So you need to have incentives, increase the salaries of these people, provide research and training opportunities for them, and also offer loans. And if they have been having loans that they are struggling with, remove some of these loans. Loan forgiveness is what they call it. Remove some of the loans. Housing incentives. As a doctor, you contribute to a housing scheme. You never see the house. You finish working, you retire from work, you will never see the house, you won't see the money. So that needs to stop. Provide good housing, research opportunities, training opportunities, make the work environment nice to work in. A surgeon goes into theater, there is air conditioning, everybody is allowed to do their own jobs, and everybody does their own part. So that the surgeon actually comes in and does an excellent job and goes his way. So these are the things that you can do to keep your medical personnel. Make the environment safe so that a doctor can know that if he's leaving the hospital late at night, he doesn't have anything to fear. But when a doctor knows that if I have to stay in the hospital, and doctors notoriously sometimes get called in for emergencies at odd hours, and it is not very interesting to live in a country where you are driving out and you're thinking whether you will reach your house or whether you will reach even the hospital you're going to. Make the environment safe enough for the doctor to walk in, and you will see doctors will stop leaving. Provide facilities so that the doctor knows, and if I walk in and I see a patient struggling and I ask for such and such diagnostic services, I get it. It supports my clinical diagnosis, and I can get proper care to this patient. It helps to improve the morale of the patient, improve the morale of the doctor, builds confidence and trust in the doctor, builds confidence and trust in the system as well. So these are things, just a few things that the government can do. The most important is, first of all, looking to improve the facilities that are on ground. Start with the facilities that are on ground, renovate what is on ground, train the staff, and these are the things that we need. And all of this can help us a lot. Like I said, you go to other countries, you see things like people sitting on waiting lists for 5, 6 months, 2 years. What am I even saying? 5, 6 months, 2 years, waiting for a small skin lesion to be taken out. And yet, you know that you can enter a 6-hour flight and come to Nigeria and have that lesion removed by that same day or even the next morning. And you go home and your result is emailed to you. Telemedicine also is something that we need to embrace, because telemedicine will help so that somebody can, especially things like fertility, even the skin lesions as well. You can have your virtual consultation, discuss everything with the patient who is living in another country, and then the patient comes in and has the procedure done. So these are things that the government can do, things that the government can put in place to help medical tourism in Nigeria. Because I can tell you for free that this country is ripe for medical tourism. We are ripe for it. We have the doctors, we have the training, I keep saying that the curriculum for training doctors in Nigeria is one of the best in the world. It's just that the government has not found a way to leverage on it. The day the government discovers and wakes up and realizes that they can leverage on the quality of doctors being trained in Nigeria, believe you me, the medical tourism will be massive. Even the citizens of the country may not have a chance to get into the hospitals themselves. So I think I have come to the end of my video. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think medical tourism is something that we as a nation need to look into? What do you think the government needs to do to improve medical tourism in Nigeria? And like I said, if you improve facilities that are available, even the people living in Nigeria, especially the people living in Nigeria, stand to benefit a whole lot. Because sometimes you have money and yet you cannot access good healthcare because the facilities are just not there. But if the government invests in, I know that this video is very, very superficial. I just said, let me point out just 5 small points, but there is a lot that can be done. Remove the custom tariffs that are on imported medical products. Make sure that medical companies are not given back-breaking taxes so that they can have high quality medication in Nigeria. All of these things go hand in hand to help, because why would a patient come from another country and have a surgery done and then have wound infection because the antibiotics that are being given to the patient are fake drugs? There are so many aspects to this. Improve the medical sector and you will see how medical tourism will naturally bloom. So thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, please leave your thoughts in the comment section for me, and also click that thumbs up button, like this video, share it to whoever you think needs to hear what I have said in this video. And also try and subscribe to my channel so that whenever I post new content, you'll be notified about the content. And also when I go live, you're notified so that you can join in and also let me know what your thoughts are. Until I come your way next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.